live from the new media studio here at beautiful Valley High School. This is Falcon Flash.
Good morning, students and staff. Today is Friday, October 4th. Today's Hispanic heritage will cover Roberto Clemente. Clemente was one of the most beloved baseball players in the history of sport. The Puerto Rican right fielder played 18 seasons for the Pittsburgh Patriots and was a Gold Glove Award winner 12 consecutive seasons from 1961 through 1972. Clemente was delivering 8 earthquake victims in Nicaragua when his plane crashed in 1972, marking his death of the great athlete. He became the first Latin American and Caribbean player to be selected for the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
In his era, Roberto Clemente was one of the greatest players. He was unique. Clemente played in a way that none of those other great players of that era, Mays, Aaron, or Mantle, did.
Baseball legend Roberto Clemente paved the way for Latinos in the major leagues.
Clemente is best known as that rare ball player who actually grew as a human being as his talents were diminishing. And he became a great humanitarian whose motto was, if you have a chance to help others and fail to do so, you're wasting your time on this earth.
Roberto Clemente was born August 18, 1934, in Carolina, Puerto Rico. In his late teens, his ability caught the eye of Major League scouts.
Clemente signed with the Dodgers in 1954. They'd scouted him and thought he had enormous talent. But because of that potential, the Dodgers actually tried to hide him up in Montreal, and they would not play him.
In 1955, Roberto Clemente was signed by the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he made his big league debut and where he spent the rest of his career.
None of the sports writers in Pittsburgh knew any Spanish. They would quote Clemente in broken English, pidgin English. If he said, "I got a hit," they'd say, "I got heat," H-E-E-T. That's how they'd spell it in the newspaper. He was an incredibly proud man, and it infuriated him when they did that.
Roberto Clemente comes to bat.
Over the next 18 years, Roberto Clemente quietly became one of the top players in baseball, winning 12 Gold Glove Awards, 4 batting titles, and leading the Pirates to 2 World Series championships.
Roberto Clemente had a gun for a right arm. This guy played right field, and if you even thought about taking an extra base on a hit out to right field, you better think again, because he could gun you down at second base, third base, or at home.
Clemente was the National League MVP in 1966 and played in 15 All-Star games.
To end the game and the series with victory for the Pirates.
In his last regular season game of 1972, Roberto Clemente became the 11th player of all time and the first Latino in history to reach 3,000 hits.
For Roberto Clemente, reaching 3,000 hits allowed him to reach a milestone that Babe Ruth hadn't reached, that Lou Gehrig hadn't reached, that Mickey Mantle hadn't reached. It showed that this was an all-time great player.
On December 31st, 1972, a plane carrying Roberto Clemente crashed off the coast of Puerto Rico. He was on his way to Nicaragua to deliver emergency relief supplies to victims of a devastating earthquake.
When Roberto was killed, it was just stunning. I remember my heart sinking that New Year's Eve. When such a great athlete is killed in his prime, I remember being crushed. I wasn't a Pittsburgh fan, I was just a sports fan. I think it was devastating.
Clemente, by the time he died, was the patron saint of Latin American baseball. When word of his death arose, hundreds and hundreds of people drove to Pinones Beach near San Juan, Puerto Rico, where the plane went down, thinking that Clemente might walk out of the water.
Only 3 months after his death, Roberto Clemente became the first Latino ever to be inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame.
It's hard to say that anyone was the equivalent of Jackie Robinson, but Clemente is the closest thing. He was not the first Latino ball player in the major leagues, but he was the first great one. And because of the way he played and the way he lived, he set in motion a huge migration of Latino ball players into the major leagues.
Roberto Clemente was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2002.
Roberto Clemente's legacy is not only being one of the all-time great players, but being one of the all-time great heroes. It's a wonderful legacy. I think he's one of those people that when you say Roberto Clemente, you smile. He was great in so many ways on and off the field.
And that's your patriotic observance for today. Here's Mary with today's Falcon Flash.
Thank you, Angel. And now, here's today's Falcon Flash. HOSA competitors only. Please go to room 3-10 right after 4th period. Get your front of the line pass from Miss Faye. See you there. Seniors, Grad Bash tickets for Universal Studios are just $95 for the rest of the month. On November 1st, prices go up, so get your tickets soon. High school seniors whose dreams are to power the future and make a difference through the study of science, technology, engineering, or math are invited to apply the Edison Scholarship Program. Each year, Edison International, the parent company of Southern California Edison, awards $40,000 worth of scholarships paid over 4 years to 30 high school students who plan to major in the designated STEM fields at a 4-year accredited U.S. college or university. See your Falcon Flash classroom for the informational flyer shown here next to me. A quick reminder that WIN program begins tomorrow in the library at 8:15 and that only intermediate schools have next Monday off. So we'll see you all back here October 7th, ready to learn. Skip the line at the gate tonight by getting your ticket to the varsity football game today in ASB during lunch or after school. Don't miss our league opener against Anaheim tonight. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Valley teachers, show the importance of connecting the colleagues on a professional and personal level as well. Here are some staff members celebrating Miss Lung on her birthday yesterday. Thank you, Miss Diaz and Miss Landrian, for sending the picture, and TFTI. If you have tomorrow's picture of the day, send it to Mr. Rosamo for a chance to be featured on the Falcon Flash. And now we have Miss Tonelli for a special announcement.
Okay, so the SAT and PSAT exams are coming up in just a week and a half. All seniors get to take the test for free. See your government teacher to get your own study guide and get going. In addition, for all students, there is free online SAT practice through Khan Academy, which is linked in your Falcon Flash classroom. Let's take a look at the impact this free practice can have on your test results.
When I first started practicing, I wasn't actually excited because I kept getting them wrong. But as days went on and I started to progress, it would be more fun to go in and actually get the ones I was getting wrong correct.
It allows for that personalized aspect of learning where students are able to take ownership.
The fact that it's a free program is amazing. Anything that we can provide extra for our students without putting the financial burden on them is great.
I think it builds their confidence, their understanding that, you know what college is for me, I am ready for that.
I went from a 1010 to an 1140.
My math score, I think, improved the most. It went from 430 to 630.
The Khan Academy SAT practice provides something for our students that they would otherwise not be able to have.
The SAT practice is personalized just for me. When you go to Khan Academy, it shows you what you need to work on.
You get a mixture of material that you're confident with, along with material that you're a little bit uncertain.
It's really easy to fit into your schedule.
You can log on onto your phone, and so you could take the SAT practice anywhere.
This is their opportunity to match themselves with students across the country that may have resources they don't have.
SATs and the thought of it can be very stressful. It's kind of reassuring and calming to know that I'm taking the proper steps to get to where I need to be. Thanks to official SAT practice, my score increased 260 points.
With official SAT practice, my score increased 310 points.
This is a no-brainer. Here's a tool that bridges the economic divide. It's free, that all students can access, and most importantly, it gets results. Why wouldn't you use it?
First time I took my SAT was in my junior year, and I got an 830. I sent it off to Texas State, and I got denied to go into the school. So that's when I came to Mr. Smalls, and we talked about it, and he was being like honest with me. He's like, look, you still got time.
The first time I ever met Joseph, he had a clear goal. He came in and he said, I want to be a veterinarian. And so we just started working from there. What we can do is we can try to get your SAT score up. He was going to sign up for Khan Academy. It helped him kind of make a schedule for when he was going to study. He really blew me out of the water with what he accomplished, because he went from an 830 SAT score to an 1140 in the span of 2.5 months or so.
Once I increased my SAT score by over 310 points, I called Texas State University, and then they said they can reevaluate my application. After no more than 2 days, they sent me an email and got me confirmation that I've been accepted. And with that, I know I'm going to be able to succeed in the real life as well.
Some people, they don't know what they're going to do with their futures, and Khan Academy, since it's helping me with all my reading skills and my math skills, it's really opening me up to more college options. Khan Academy was my solution, It was free and it was ready to go.
Khan Academy really does level the playing field for all of our students. It gives them equal access to test prep, to questions, to a lot of different forms of text. So it gives them that one extra advantage that they didn't have before.
Prior to having the Khan Academy, our families couldn't afford those high-priced programs or specialty prep classes. So this free resource has made a huge difference in the lives of our kids.
I feel excited and prepared because it's something that I've already seen, I've already practiced for, I've prepped for it. So when I take it, I'm gonna be like, okay, I did this, I know what to do, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it right.
That's our show for today. But before we go, let's take a moment to send out some birthday greetings. Let's get that confetti going. Coach Tommy shares his October 4th birthday with 5 students today. And there they are. And tomorrow is the big day for more Falcons, all at the junior and senior level. Happy birthday, each and every one of them.
And that's today's Falcon Flash. Remember, Falcon Fever.
Catch it!